premium version, but there is a lot you can do without the premium version. There's a free version and there's also a cheap version. So now I'm just going to make myself pin. Meeting is now live on YouTube. Okay, great. Okay, so I'm going to put this in the premium version, but hold on one second. Okay, after more technical difficulties today, now we should be good. So I want to go over the part 2 of creating an ad using AI this today. The link in the chat will help you get 10,000 words for free. And also, you know, if you decide to sign up, I will get commission, but I'm all right with that because this stuff is amazing. It's the only thing I really promote to this community, at least anyway. Okay, so let's get back to this. For some reason, Conversion AI isn't working for everyone at the moment. I think there's some problems on the platform, but where's it gone? Oh, God. So if you can't sign up, then try again tomorrow or something, because it does work sometimes. Okay, so quick run through. This is the dashboard. It's actually changed a lot since I got started. Why are you? Interesting. Oh my goodness, it's actually saying, it's saying that I haven't generated words, and I have. So let's hopefully that this is actually working. Templates. Okay. Long form system. So this is what I use. Ah, okay. So where else my documents? Haha. Okay. So last week we were working on this ad, and I was showing you how I came to like create these documents, and also how I kind of carved out a niche as well by putting in. I used Conversion AI to kind of find a marketing angle, which I think is insanely important. So particularly for the products that I'm promoting, or I'm helping my clients promote mostly, which is a platform that teaches the online business skills. Since I got started in this space, it's become really popular, which means it becomes saturated, which means that the message you have gets diluted because lots of people are saying the same thing. So that's a problem, because we're paying to promote, because I'm teaching paid adverts mostly. You know, this applies to organic, but I'm helping people create paid advertising and paid ads. So you're paying for ads that aren't being connected with, and now it's more expensive to run ads than it used to be, because YouTube and social media is more popular than it used to be. So it's created this, like, it's difficult. It's difficult to really stand out, and it's not necessarily obvious how to niche in a way that connects to your audience. And I found this process really useful, of creating an ad using the long form editor, because I remember I got this kind of, it kind of churned out this thing for me. Jobs these days seem to be getting increasingly competitive. Digital markets are starting to pop up everywhere. And it was like, what it was is this increasingly competitive job situation for the older sort of corporate employee. So that for me is like super niche. And I kind of got this through going through a process with Conversion AI, and all of that is found on the part 1 version of this. So today, what I'm hoping to go through with you is to edit what I created in last week, because this isn't an ad, this is just a lot of words, right? So I use this is the title that we've got. And then this helps steer the content. And now I'm still mastering this whole process myself. But yeah, basically what I'm doing today is just refining it so that it comes out better, and I'm using this tech. So I'm just going to review where we're at. Again, if you want to find out how I got to this bit here, I'm hoping this is the right one because I've got two. Check out my AI training from last week, which shows you how I get to this process where I've got loads of content, because that's kind of the steps. First, you kind of just create lots of stuff, and then you refine it down. And we also saw in last week's training how I went from this really generic whitewashed message of like, create a lifestyle business and live the laptop lifestyle of your dreams, to don't be a downtrodden corporate employee who's in the competitive environment that's ruining your life. It's so much more specific and targeted to a pain. Being in this environment as well, I know that connects with people, because I've worked with so many people inside this community of people promoting this particular product. So people promoting mentors and SFM. I've worked with so many of them on their ads. I've written hundreds, potentially even thousands of ad scripts over the last 4 years. And I know that this connects to a certain group of people, and it would connect more than something that's generic. So I know the value of this. This is really valuable to get that specific with the details. Okay, so I'm just going to read this now and go from there. Because the platform was down, I haven't really spent much time working out how I am going to edit this. So this might not be amazing, but you're just going to see my process of how I use this, because it's new to me as well. Okay, so it's no secret that tech has made it possible for younger people starting jobs today to offer cheaper labour, which leaves the traditional corporate employee who can't seem to keep up, less valued in the workplace and needing to work harder or find an alternative. I love that. I just think it's so great and so valid. The alternative to traditional employment could be building an online business, which is easy for anyone with a computer and an internet connection. The following are some benefits that older workers can experience in this realm: increased earning potential, freedom from long commutes, the opportunity to spend more time with family, and being able to do what you want when you want. Right, great. So this, as I can see here, there's loads of fluff here, and there could be some additional points I think that we could bring in. So if you're someone who's unhappy in your current job, now just to give you clarity, that's really whitewashed, right? So what we're trying to do here is create a niche message, and you're trying to ideally avoid stuff like this, because it's not necessarily going to get ignored, and it might not necessarily not be profitable, but it's not going to be that vein of gold you need. So what we're looking for is this unique vein of gold that connects to a subset of people who are maybe not so targeted, and then they convert cheaply. That's what the idea of a niche is. It's like, it's the same product and it's potentially even the same market, but it's putting it in a way that they connect this group of people, which were in a bigger market. It's like creating this area within the market that just gets straight to the heart. So if you've got, like, let's say you've got your product and it provides a solution, it's a generic solution. So by building an online business, you create financial independence for yourself, which means you can live a better life. That is the nuts and bolts of it. So there's this whole group of people in the world that message fits with. But there are so many people messaging, saying that same message to this group of people, that these group of people are like, do I go with this message? Do I go with this message? And so by niching down in this really specific way, it just drills straight to the heart of a small group of that group. That's basically what we're doing here. So I know that this message connects, but this here is like saying it to the whole group. So you're spreading yourself thin. So that's not necessarily what you want to do. You want to put, like, I just had this image of a stiletto in my head. If you've got your whole foot on the flat floor, your weight is evenly distributed. But if you have like a stiletto, your weight is all pushing down on that one thing. And that's kind of what you want to do, like all your weight pushing down onto one small piece of, like one small part of the surface. Okay. So anyway, I've completely digressed. So I'm going to go back over this again. It's no secret that tech has made it possible for younger people starting jobs today to offer cheaper labour, which leaves the traditional corporate employee who can't seem to keep up less valued in the workplace and needing to work harder or to find an alternative. The alternative to traditional employment could be building an online business, which is easy for anyone with a computer and internet connection. The following are some benefits older workers can experience in this realm: increased earning potential, freedom from long commutes, opportunity to spend more time with family, and doing what you want when you want. So if you're someone who's unhappy in your current job, we know this is whitewashed, or you're a senior looking for an opportunity to supplement your income and spend more time with your loved ones, you can start right now watching these free workshops, which will show you how you can make money online with no tech skills. Click the access button now to get started. So, okay, carry on. Okay, so that's my relate section, I suppose. Demonstrate. By watching these workshops, you'll learn how to create a business in less than an hour, the top ways average person can make money online with no tech skills, how to start an online shop with no startup costs, that's true, how to create a compelling website in less than an hour without any technical skills, how you can make money online with your phone or tablet from anywhere, even if you don't own one. Therefore, if you're downtrodden older employees feeling less valued in the workplace due to the up and coming younger wave of employees, then it's very easy for you to transition into the digital entrepreneurship, even if you have no tech skills. Take Martin. He was working in corporate finance his whole life, over 20 years, working his way up the ladder. So I kind of want a call to action there, actually. This feels like that's the end of the demonstrate section. So if you guys are not familiar, make sure you check out my ad masterclass, because I talk through the ways I categorize everything. So if you're not familiar, it's hook, but I create the hooks. Maybe, well, whatever. Hook, relate, demonstrate, prove, conclude. So this is relate, this is demonstrate. So demonstrate is all about like talking about the product, like the features of it as well as the benefits. And then this is the prove section, where it's like, so this could be anything from testimonials, personal account, results, stats, those things. Like, it's what we're doing is essentially you're setting up an argument, that the argument is an older corporate employee should build an online business. That's the whole argument. Now, here's how they can build an online business, and why it's possible and easy for them. And here's evidence of how it works. So that's how it's breaking down. My point is, you should build an online business. This thing will help you build an online business and will work. Here's the evidence of that. That's just how I break it down. Like, it doesn't, I don't really break it down into these like, social proof here and epiphany moment here and blah blah blah, because I think those are tactics which are great, but you need to have an overarching strategy before you start drilling into the tactics. So this is just the 3 things: relate, demonstrate, prove. And a lot of the time, I don't like, it can be just enough to have these 2, because proof can come through them going through the process. Okay, so take Martin. He was working in corporate finance for his whole life, over 20 years, working his way up to the ladder, only to find that later on, with the way jobs have changed, the new wave of employees are making it impossible for him to progress, even though he's working harder, smarter and longer. He needs to find an alternative that will reward him based on his hard work and not on the broken system. Interesting. He learned about this new digital entrepreneurship and has never looked back. Now he takes care of his family. He has his own business and no longer feels like a servant to the corporate overlords who can't see his worth. He learned all simple tech required he didn't have previously and feels more accomplished and relevant than he ever has. And it all started with the workshops, thanks to this training. As you can see, this is not the best grammar. He's so happy he can't stop talking about it and wants more people in his shoes to know that they don't have to be stuck on the sidelines of life while others get ahead. So if you'd like to get started, click the link to get the free workshops. So I think that's great, actually. This is a perfect sort of, this is a perfect easel, I suppose, or whatever it's called. You know, those canvas, great canvas, but now we need to refine this. I don't know what bank rate is, if I'm honest, but whatever. So it's now I don't necessarily want to improve the language so much as I want to close loops and make sure everything fits. No secret that tech has made it possible for younger people starting jobs to offer to cheaper labour, which leaves a traditional corporate employee who can't seem to keep up, less valued in the workplace and needing to work harder or find an alternative. The alternative to traditional employment could be building an online business, which is easy for anyone with a computer and internet connection. The following are some benefits an older worker can experience in this realm. Okay, so the whole thing here is younger people offer cheap labour. Traditional corporate employee, less valued, and needs to work harder. So his life is not great. And so what I'm doing here, just to let you know, is like, I've got lots of words here. So this is like, it's like lots of different threads coming off. And so what I need to do right now is like hone in on the bare essentials so that I can really understand the story, because this is what stops you going off on multiple different tangents and not bringing it back to like this solid sort of, it doesn't feel super solid. So there's a few different things going on here, like tech has made it possible for younger people starting jobs to offer cheaper labor. So there's a few things like tech possibilities, but the point is, cheap labour means older, more experienced workers aren't valued and have to work harder, therefore their life isn't great. So this doesn't necessarily dig straight into that. It kind of skirts around the point. So now I'm going, okay, that's that point. An alternative for them could be building an online business. Okay, so what I need here is a why, but maybe these are the whys. Okay, so, right, this is great. So now what I figured out is the alternative, the point this one is making is the alternative to traditional employment could be building an online business. And this overcomes the objections, which is easy for anyone with a computer and an internet connection. Easy for anyone, even if they've got no skills. I want to emphasize easy for anyone with a computer and internet connection, because what I'm selling, their objection is their computer skills aren't going to be up to scratch, maybe because they're older. So I want to put that in there. And I need to include the why they should build an online business. That's super important. So this is overcome the objection. It's fine in this order. So the whole thing of this says, cheap labour makes experienced corporate employee, their life, hard work. That's it. That's the gist of it. And I would actually say that in a sentence, like you can really boil that down. Makes their life hard work. What they should do is start an online business, which even at their stage in life and with their computer skills is possible, because tech is simple these days. And here's why. That's what I need that to say, essentially. So that's how I know how to edit it down. It's like I boil it down into what the point of the story is. That's getting to the point. And these are the whys. So I'm going to actually summarize that anyway. So cheap labour makes experienced corporate employee life hard work and not stressful, but hard work. We're just going to stick with hard work. Hard work. They should build an online business. Okay, you know, that's not even the point I'm going to make here. Building an online business would be more easy for them than they think, because tech is simple even for the older generations. Here's why they should have an online business instead of continuing down the rat race channel or whatever, continuing the rat race. So this is where I don't, maybe there's a thing where it can, is there a summarize button? Rephrase, explain to a fifth grader. Maybe let's see what it says. Explain to a fifth grader. It might be too many words. It's no secret technology has made it easier for people to get jobs today. People offer cheaper labour. So this is great. See how, look at that. What it's done is it's like rephrased it. Growing pressure from tech to compete for cheaper labour and the realisation that corporate job is less feasible has led many employees in their 50s and 60s beyond to explore alternative ways of making an income. One such way of building an online business which gives them more freedom than working in a corporation. I love that. It has just summarised that for me perfectly. So I'm going to copy it and I'm going to just stick it here for a second. I want to see what else this can chuck out for me. Come on. Okay, for all employees. This is so good. It's just like taking it and like, it's actually figuring out the point for me. Maybe the tech's not valued, but anyway, love this. Great. This is fab. Okay. Cool. All right. Now I'm going to just leave these up here. How do I create here? Let's just put that, which separates it. Okay. This is so good. I love that as a thing. Right, so benefits of having an online business, increased earning potential. Let's see if there's some more. Increased earning potential. What does this have to say for itself? Let's see if it can make these better arguments. Okay, well, this is great. I didn't need that much. I want more description here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn this into a headline instead. So they know basically when you do these hashtags, it says this is a headline. So then it might give me more context on it. So increased earning potential. So what I'm looking for, I want it to say, by having an online business, you have more earning potential than the corporate rat race that's ruining that you're struggling to keep up with. Okay, by having an online, maybe we could say business as opposed, right? To give it that understanding, as opposed to staying in the corporate rat race. You're hopefully talking about earning potential. Yeah. Right. Cool. So this is so good. By giving it that steer, by having an online business as opposed to saying the corporate rat race, you're going to have a higher earning potential. This is because you'll be able to access opportunities that others might not. What does that mean? And be in total control of your earnings by making them as high as low as possible. That's because you're in. So what I'm going to do, that's because you're in total control of your earnings, total control of your work, of your day-to-day business activities, and you're able to control your earnings and make them. Okay, so now I'm going to rephrase this, see if it comes up with some magic. See, this is great. That's so good. We're going to take that. So sometimes what happens is it's like, it doesn't, it can, you have to steer it. So what I've got here is I've got 2 topics. I've got increased earning potential, and you have to tell it increased earning potential versus what. Otherwise, it's just going to say something like, look, it might churn out the same thing as, again, having an online, I think it might churn out the same thing again, means you've got, so it might just turn out the same again, but it would have been, yeah. Yeah, so it doesn't necessarily give you the same context, but when you give it context, it's going to be kind of badly written, and then you rephrase it, it's like, great. Okay, so let's try this as well. And we're going to make this, because this is, the avatar is going to be corporate rat race, the ability to work anywhere. So unlike a traditional corporate, so that's how I'm steering it. It's got this headline, the ability to work anywhere. Okay, so then that's a bit of content there. So content description. Why, and what I'm doing in this section is, remember, we've got here, we've got this kind of, we've set up the argument here, and this is all about why they should have an online business. This is kind of demonstrated an objection, but this is like why they should have an online business. This is the why section. So why should an older, oh, let's get rid of that, older corporate employee have an online business instead. We're going to say that. And so now the ability to, so we've got these headlines, increased earning potential, unlike a traditional corporate job. Let's see what it gives us. With online business, you can work on your own time. This means you're able to spend more time at home or go somewhere away for vacation. There's no need to worry about anything from the office as long as you compute it. What I want this to say is, the ability to work from anywhere, which you don't have as a corporate employee. Online business, you can work from anywhere. Let's see what it says. Give me more information. Which means you don't need to commute or travel, make time for family. I want it to say more about how. Or maybe, I suppose, ability to work from anywhere, removing the maybe the commute or travel is. What's the benefit of working from anywhere? Okay, here we go. Let's do this. Because an online business is run from your laptop and you're the boss, hopefully it'll carry on. You can work from anywhere with a Wi-Fi connection. This means that more time is available for your family and daily activities, the ability to work things, daily Wi-Fi connection. This isn't possible with a, let's see if it tells me what I want. Traditional job. Okay, that's cool. So let's reword this to make it actually better. A business in the digital age can be flexible. Okay, try again. I want it to, okay. Because I'm a business from flat, into the boss, you can work from anywhere with a Wi-Fi connection, which isn't possible with a traditional job. So you can work from the comfort of your own home, a coffee shop, or even an event where all you need to do is bring your laptop and sign to the Wi-Fi. This removes the necessity of long commutes without time back there. To be fair, that's perfect. I just kind of wanted it to be written a bit better, but that could be the final edit. Here's another one, another headline again. Let's see. Freedom, possible to work your own schedule. You have more flexibility. Unlike, and so what stops, unlike in a job where a boss dictates, right? Let's see what it says here. I'm giving it that steer. When you go into work, when to take a break, when it's time for lunch. an online business, that responsibility is your responsibility, and there are no expectations from anyone else. Great. Another great bit of explanation. Less stress. I don't know how we can argue that, because we have to say what features of an online business give you less stress. Okay, so let's say automation. With automation, a lot of the pressure is taken off you and is put into marketing. So we're going to say less stress on health, mental and physical. Because of automation, right? Let's see what it says. This is so good. Yeah, perfect. Right, done. So by the way, this is a very long advert, as you can see, but what I'm doing is I'm just like fleshing it out and giving it some real like context. Freedom from long commutes, we've done now. The opportunity to work in your pajamas. I don't think that's all that big. Opportunity to spend more time with your family. So why is that? So we've done a set your own schedule, I think. Yeah, we've done that. So we get rid of that. And opportunity to do more of what you want. Automation, schedule, flexibility, money. Yeah, so what's not really... Okay, so the schedule thing kind of pertains to the family as well. So what I'm going to do, because like these are the themes, right? So what are the themes of an online business? We're going to put that in there, and maybe we can like rephrase all that. But what's really missing now? One point that's missing is an online business is based on what is you create it around your interests, or you create it on what you want to do, rather than what someone else wants you to do. So if you've got an interest or a passion, you get to work on something you care about, which gives you more fulfillment in your life, right? So that's another point I want. So business built on own interests. So that's the point. Let's see what it gives me. Come on, you can do this. Okay, maybe it's not going to do that for me. All right, so we're going to leave that alone for a second because it's struggling. So if you're someone who's unhappy in your current job, or so if you're problem, okay, I'm going to start that again. Online business is built around your own interests. As you can see, you just need to give it a few words and then it'll give you some stuff. Oh. Yeah, this is great. It's possible to earn money from this. Now, okay, it could be working on something that fulfills you. Can't spell. Okay, so put that there. So now, do you see how like I'm just steering everything, and it's making it much more aligned to the thread, because that's what I find with AI stuff. It's quite difficult to keep it not going off in random directions. Okay, so then that's the why section done. So these are the reasons why someone should do it. And I'm gonna break it down as well and make it way shorter. It needs to be so much shorter than this, but that's okay. So the point is, tech has made it possible for younger people, growing pressure from technology to compete for cheap labour, and realisation traditional corporate job fields is less feasible, has led many employees in their 50s and 60s and beyond to explore alternative ways of making an income. One such way could be building an online business, which gives them more freedom than working within a corporation. Okay, so competing for cheaper labour. That's the whole point of this, right? So you don't need to. So if you're someone, if you're this is how we bring it back together. If you're an experienced corporate employee who no longer wants to compete against cheap labour, and are looking for, it's not going to be an opportunity to supplement your income and spend more time with loved ones, although that is available. To keep it really tight, it's going to be an opportunity to get the most out of your own value, right? That's what their problem is that they are hardworking, they're tenacious, they're smart, they're successful, but they cannot keep up with the younger or whatever. They can't keep up with the workforce that's cheaper and quantity. And what they want is they like working hard. They're okay with that, but they want to reap the fruit of their labor that they deserve. So that's exactly the words, where you can reap the fruit of your labors in accordance to what you're worth. Then let's see if it'll give me something. Great. So this could be like a really long blog. Okay. So this is great. So if you already caught, so this is so this is all relate, by the way. This is all the relate section. And I've just sort of brought it back round to the CTA. And now we're going to talk about what value they're going to learn in the workshops. This is demonstrate. Okay, so now you're going to learn. So how to create a business in less than an hour. So that's kind of right. Again, I'm going to make this into a headline. How to create a business in less than an hour. Yeah, this is relevant, online business. And now because I've turned this into a headline, it's going to feed this back to me. Should do. Well, maybe not. Yeah, no. Okay. How to create a business in less than an hour. Okay. Models such as affiliate marketing. And I might have to change this content description here to fit what I'm talking about. Okay, so now it's breaking. Come on. Okay, it's not working anymore. This is useful as well. So these are steering me. That's already, so that's technical skills. Okay. I want to have how to create a business in less than an hour with your phone or tablet. That's so funny. How you can make money online with your phone or tablet from anywhere, even if you don't own one. Not possible, actually. You can't create a business from a tablet you don't own, just to break it to you. How you can make from your phone with your from your laptop. How to create a business in less than an hour from your laptop. That's going to be one of the points. Models such as affiliate marketing are quick to, how to create a business in less than an hour from your laptop. Models such as affiliate marketing are quick to get started with. It's for some reason it's giving me like some, it's not, hold on, there's been, I think it's been notified. Okay, I might have to have a part 3 of this as well, guys. Well, we will, because I haven't finished. How to get up and running with a business in less than an hour from your laptop. Let's see what it says anyway. Can you work now, please? Okay, let's try. We're going to give it some specificity. Models such as affiliate marketing. Okay, it's being really annoying. Are quick to Too many clients already. Rude. This isn't a great promo for this. Document not found. Oh. Okay, so I might have been rumbled. It might not let me stay on this anymore. All right, let's try go through this. So we might be done. Oh, now go back. Got this. Come on, you can do this, conversion AI. No. Okay, well, this is probably a good time to wrap up anyway. Like, this is more this, I'm going to carry on next week because there are just stages of an advert, but I'm hoping that I can show you all of my stages because, and I think this is really important. One of the downsides I've seen with conversion AI is like what people are finding is it does actually take quite a long time to write a blog or just to write a Facebook post. Sometimes you can either just chuck something out or whatever. The way I see it though, especially for ads, you want to write a really good ad and you've got this as this kind of like creative brainstormer for you, which you can steer and it can write things better than you, but you do need to be a creative director for it. But I think that this is worth doing in this particular context because there's a huge amount of leverage to be gained from one advert. Whereas like, I feel with blog posts or Facebook or social media posts, you want to create lots of them quickly, which you can do in the other templates. I'm just going to show you. Oh, I don't know if it's going to let me actually. It's kind of chucked me out. Well, you can create Facebook posts or whatever Instagram copy really quickly with conversion AI, but you can't. Like if you want to do it something like detailed like this as a blog post, it can take hours. But that's okay if you're doing something like an advert, because an advert is going to give you that return on your time investment as well as financial investment. Plus, once you've got this in place and you're kind of teaching Jarvis the stuff you want, this document we're creating now, once I've done this, after that, I get to work on like maybe landing page copy and thank you page videos and email copy. Like I can really start taking this one message and just dragging it across the whole funnel. So I think it's really worth like learning this whole process, which starts from like just kind of splattergunning something on the page, right? You need to chuck a dart and see where it lands. That's step one. And that's what we had at the beginning of this call. Step two is then steering it so that it makes sense, it closes loops, it doesn't repeat itself, and it stays congruent to the message. And something that was really important to take into consideration with that is that when there was elements of whitewashing it. Do you remember that part of the message that was like, so if you're unfulfilled in your job and you'd like to start an online business, that wasn't necessarily super relevant and targeted to my particular avatar that I'm talking to. What was super targeted was if you're a corporate employee who's tired of competing in the rat race against cheaper labor, That was really important. But because the product is still broad, what I'm doing is I've got this like almost like this funnel where I'm going, here's the type message that leaks into the broader message. So you just give it that steering. And so that's what is important in this particular part of the editing, is just getting all those just sharpening it. Like, you know, like we're I don't know what it's called when you sharpen a blade, like honing it, maybe, whatever. Anyway, so that's what we're doing here. Polishing, sure. No, polishing I'd say is coming up next. This is more just like, you know, when you just create something, there's just stages. You kind of got something, you're like, oh yeah, this looks like it could be that, but now it just, anyway, it doesn't matter. Basically, this is the step 2 where we're just like pulling all the threads in, we're chopping off all the loose ends, but there's still refinement to come. So I want this to be way less words than it currently is. This can be significantly shorter. So what we're going to be doing following this session today is we're going to keep on editing this one ad. This is how I'm going to stay committed to this one ad, show you how I'm going to make this super sharp. I'm going to launch this as well at some point. And we're going to have just this live update of how this works for me, and like how, even though I'm obviously the complete opposite avatar to who I'm talking to right now, but it doesn't really matter if my funnel is congruent to them. So that's what I'm going to show you, and hopefully, fingers crossed, that'll be like a really good funnel. But might be a total failure. But regardless of which, you're going to see my process on how I do this. Okay. So yeah, sorry about the technical difficulties when we got started. Next week is going to be week 3 on editing your ad using conversion AI. So look forward to seeing you guys next Tuesday. Yeah, that's all. So thanks, guys.